don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Was that a threat? Was that a threat? What time is it? Oh, you see it? It's time for me to bounce. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? And watching anime as soon as I get home? Sure, why not? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Hey, okay. Words I like best. Okay. Oh, and I gotta choose 20. Alright. I'll say clouds. Determination. The words loom above, filling you with determination. Undertale. Overwatch. Stop! Stop! Stop. Stop. Swimsuit. Kiss. Effulgent. Sensation. Cute. Tenacious right away. Was another choice fantasy? I would have chosen that if it was here. How about love? How about a little love? Hi again, Magikano. What happened to me walking to school? Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. It's cool. It's cool, cutie. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Magikano. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. So you were telling me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. What's wrong with you? I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Was that a threat? Was that a threat? What time is it? Oh, you see it? It's time for me to bounce. Get your ass up on it. On here with your bubblegum dumb looking hair. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
I'm about to end this man's whole career. What career? But I'm not a rapper. What career? Look. You gotta point at it. Here it is. Boom. Bam. Bop. Bada bop. Boom. Pow.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between singing Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Magikano always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. So Yuri, that's because your room is so messy. It's distracting. Yeah. And you almost set your house on fire once. Yeah. Is that so? Kill my family. Rip. You two are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Magikano can become good friends too. Sorry. Stop it. As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Yeah, I knew that. But wait, sorry, Yuri. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I never think. Rip. Rip. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. It's cool. You're alright. Thanks. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. Alright, let's get that out of the way. So, any nice gesture from you, it's a pleasant surprise. I'll take it. Why not? It'll make me happy no matter what, probably. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. He reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. Excuse me, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention if you don't usually read, because you're a big dum-dum, and you don't read books, and it's the literature club, scrub, ba-dub-a-dub-dub, all up in the tub, wubba-lub-lub. And we could, discuss it if you want it. Yeah. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Accidentally. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. I really want to get a Christmas sweater. Man. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet, again, with that manga collection. Really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. Catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out, you know. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. You're so dull. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, so we can discuss it. Like discussing it. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. That's less believable. Ah, I see. Just go smile and nod. Smile and nod. There's definitely something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. But I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Yeah? How about that? I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking grey eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. Just want to make sure I don't accidentally give something away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost sister, I forget. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Oh, that's right, she said she does like psychological horrors. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships. And her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Magikano? No, it's not that. Don't ask me my opinion or anything. Ask Magikano. Magikano, his opinion. Okay, I see. No choice. I'm just along for the adventure. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so, you know, don't worry or anything, alright? Just chill. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's... Wow, this music is so nice. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I totally agree that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Yeah. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Okay. Well, yeah, I could see that. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize, alright? Just, okay? No, it's all good. I haven't lost any interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much like I am right now. I really don't think you need to worry. That's normal. That just means you're passionate about reading, yeah? The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? Right next to you. Oh yeah, I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. It's fine if I sit here, right? Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? You need to chill and stop that. I mean, come on now. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Yeah, stop. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so, yeah. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I just use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. That's what I thought. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Girl. It's actually kind of distracting to me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. I saw that. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? Because you're a big dum-dum. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. She smiles coyly. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, thanks, bye. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. my thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. That's a weird thing to say in this psychological horror. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but it's just how you've been acting since I met you, and you know, it's kind of obvious. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms, you know? I see. You remain silent for a moment. But, Magikano, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. This is embarrassing. It's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait, no. I know I messed up, but I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Aha! Huh. What are you saying all of a sudden? Huh? Okay, everyone. Huh? I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you've been looking forward to this. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. You released her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright then. Let's get this over with. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning, and that's good seasoning. Only $3.99. In that case, I feel free to finish the first two chapters in your... In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Or just get a bookmark, you heathen. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Oh, yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! So Yuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Yuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's see. Well, I spent a lot of time talking to Natsuki today. No, to Yuri. My mistake. To Yuri today, so I could... I'll talk to Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional! What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Ooh, he's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. Why am I getting so nervous for? What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style deliberate, separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone. She sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. Really. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read you a poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the ember glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Man, that's deep. Real deep. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. Oh, it was nice. I was like cursive and all that. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to... Girl, that took me like 10 seconds. Better calm down. Well, I just don't read script very often. I mean, are you rushing me? I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Alright? It's pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem, alright? Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. God. It wasn't too short. Oh, I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. What are you, a professional writer? Are you into ghost theory? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Magikano. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. And experiences, eh? They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of it that. That's impressive. Yeah, it is. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Magikano. Me too, yeah. Alright, no pressure. Who should I show my poem to next?